Thank you, Shell. Researchers at Sam Houston State say they are on the verge of a breakthrough when it comes to DNA and the solving of cold cases and mass disasters.
News 3's Whitney Miller sat down with one of the study's authors. They say their work will bring closure to a number of families.
The National Institute of Justice recently awarded Sam Houston State a grant to develop and test new forensic methods for human DNA. Dr. Cherie Hughes-Stamm and her colleague Dr. Bruce Badali from the University of North Texas will investigate the best methods for extracting DNA from badly decomposed remains in a process known as next-generation DNA sequencing.
Often that DNA inside the bones is very damaged and degraded, and the DNA isn't of high enough quality to be able to say that it definitively those remains belong to this person.
This new technology called massively parallel sequencing is the most advanced tool in forensic biology. Dr. Hughes-Stamm says this new research will help with identifying missing people and solving cold cases in crime labs.
These new methods that we're looking at are able to get information from, in a lot of cases, get information from those types of samples where before they were failing regular DNA analysis.
University of Houston professor of law Sandra Guerra-Thompson says she's excited about the advancements being studied. She's an expert on DNA forensics in legal cases.
For one thing, it will just help us identify people, and that's something that we're not often able to do.
Guerra-Thompson says the identification of these human remains could not only help solve a case, but perhaps lead law enforcement to the culprit. Back in the lab, Dr. Hughes-Stamm will be testing one of two machines, sampling tissues from real human remains under various environmental conditions.
So we'll be able to simulate buried remains, remains that have been set on fire, and decomposing remains. The different types of challenge samples that you can find in those types of missing persons and mass disaster cases.
She says their goal is maximizing the number of missing persons cases that are unresolved and find closure for families. In Huntsville, Whitney Miller, News 3.